Forgot. I'm going to have to go and get a brew. Frizzy hair. Oh well. We go and get a drink. I forgot. Hi, I was just getting a drink and checking on Finn, and he's still awake at this time, and he got up at 5:30 in the morning, so really, he should he should be asleep. Uh, so I have to get this. The lighting's a bit rubbish in here, but I'm in my craft room. I know they've 17 in chat, 17. Oh, cute. I know the camera's the other way around, and some people moan about it sometimes, but this is the way I'm doing it because I can't be bothered. Because I'm quite tired actually. I thought I'd come on, so I'll say hi to National Memorial Gardens. Can't even speak today. D'Angelo or Ricardo. Tapper77. Bestie. Lona, is it? Reese. Whoever might be watching in chat. Revel. And anyone else who might come in. But I am in my craft room. My hair's frizzy. I can't wait to get my dreads done because they are actually a mess. And everyone's going mad about the hair, hairdressing wise. But I mean, I can do it myself, but I just can't be bothered. I've made myself a dread bead today. So that's a nice one. Fred in the chat as well. I just wanted to know how everybody is because I've been doing all right. Chilling. Apart from the hay fever. Oh, God. I nearly wasn't going to come on because the hay fever came back in. And I was like, oh, my God. Last night was atrocious. Hi, Mark. Hi, Paul. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. You don't really have to do anything with dreads, but it's getting all frizzy round here and it needs all doing, which I can do myself, but I just really can't be bothered. What I was going to say, I don't even know. Half asleep. It's a bit late there, I guess. It's 9 o'clock. And little one's still not asleep, and he got up at 5:30. I'm like, or 6 or something like that. I was like, does this kid ever sleep? I've been making some leather wristbands out of scrap leather. I lost one the other day and I was gutted, but I was like, oh well, someone's going to find it and wear it, and someone finds something. But they've got I can never say this, Swarovski crystal on there, and elephants on and things on, a bohemian style, because that's the style that I like. So they look like, that one looks like that one ties, this one's got a snap on it. Let's see. Hi Dolly, hope all is well. Yes, James, I hope you're well too. Everybody in chat, I like your earring. Yeah, I made them. Funnily enough, I've just been sat making another one, which I've not finished off yet. Handmade, I know. They're cool. Are they also for males? I'm going to be doing some for males. These ones aren't. These ones are quite girly, but I am going to be doing some leather, scrap leather ones for men, because I'm trying to do things out of recycling and different stuff like that. See? They have metals on and things like that. So I'm just messing about with stuff. So I've made a couple of them. I'll be doing some more. Trying to get some stock together, like I said, but it's quite hard getting distracted and filling everything. Knowing really what you want to do. I've made this on the wall, but I've just realised it's flopping because it needs something, maybe a piece of wood, stapling on a piece of wood and then putting up. But it was a moon to put my earrings on, which I'll show you. So it should fit flat like that. But this is, if I went to festivals or was selling on a market or something, I'd want it quite bohemian. So I need to put my earrings on something. So these are my handmade earrings. I'll get into my chat in a minute. Don't know if you can see, but they're all handmade. Handmade. I'll have to do a sort of online shopping so you can see properly my earrings. And then I decided to put this on the wall, to put my cards on. These aren't all my cards, but if anyone was interested in a card and a pair of earrings for a present or something like that, these are some of my handmade cards. Everything I do, a lot of you know, are handmade. Some of you might not know, but I know a lot of you do know. And that's not all of my handmade cards, but they are handmade. The faces, the ones with the faces on, are drawn by me. And they're all put together, handmade. I'm going to be sitting down doing some more of them. I'm just, you know, looking into when lockdown comes down, which it will at some point, and we reopen, about alternative gift shops and places that I could look into to put them. Keeping not easy, but we must hope. Oh yes. It's just, I'm going to talk about that in a minute, National, what's going on. Yes, I was going to shout out, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo! 74. What's 7 and 4? 11. What's the number 11 known as? The awakening number. Just saying. So yes, it is Trump's birthday today, and I've just sang happy birthday, so there you go. Yes, all that, hang on a minute. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Sure, that'll, you know, wind some people up, but there you go. I do love the Trump on this channel, and if you don't, it's okay, even if you like my channel, but it is his birthday. He's a good guy, doing good things. We're not looking at the past, we're looking at now. We're looking at what's happening now. Yes, Marilyn Monroe did sing that, yes. I pulled some cards before for myself. I'll do some for you lot in a bit. And the one that came out was Pillar of Light. This is what we're all trying to be. Well, we are anyway. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. How are you being called to step up and lead? This angle's really unflattering, but never mind. Oh, hang on. Let me just turn this around. Not that it's going to help it much, but... and then the last one, funnily enough, because I was asking about something today myself out there in the universe, is, hi, my skies 5D, was double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Well, this is what a lot of us are trying to do with what's going on at the minute. So they were my cards. I will do some card pulling for you after. I've got hot water and lemon today. I'll pull some cards on the new King John. So, I don't really know what I've come on here to waffle about. I just wanted to check that you were all okay. But I will say again, the belief that I'm in at the minute is... I did write notes down, but they probably won't, you know. Probably won't go. That's a picture I did the other day. I've not been drawing much this... I've not drawn this week, actually, I don't think. I've just not been in the mood. The energy's been a bit... I've not been low in vibration, but I've just felt very empty, but in a good way of, if you're empty, you can fill your vessel up with more stuff, more light, more good stuff. But one, hay fever started yesterday. Oh my God, it's absolutely horrendous. It started again tonight. I wasn't sure it was going to come on. That just wiped me out yesterday. That wiped me out like I couldn't even keep my eyes open. My eyes were streaming. It was awful. I felt absolutely shattered. I've been feeling tired this week, quite tired. But then again, there's a lot of energy flying about. So, you know, there's all that going on. I've been watching a lot of videos on light language because a lot of you might not be into light language, might not know what it is. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. For the people that know what I'm talking about, the last video I did with the orbs, where I just felt like I had to sing or chant or whatever it is that comes out of me that I feel I just have to do, I think that's light language. That's what I think it is, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Just a question, what about John being king? Don't forget his mummy's got... Yeah, there's all that as well, Tapper. Who knows? Who knows? The last one will be magical. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see, won't we? I'm not going to speculate on anything, but yeah. Because light language is sound. It's also, it can be drawing, it can be dancing, it can be anything. It's that enjoyment, and it isn't... I was watching someone today, I can't remember what channel, and they were saying light language is communicating love and healing, light, tapping into the frequencies, becoming a channel to merge with them, but transmitted in your unique way. I've heard a lot of people that sound familiar, like that sound the same, similar, sorry, of the tuning that they do, the sort of frequency they put out when they do it, because it's not through words, and the words that sound like the words come out different, and it doesn't sound English. But funny enough, Hayadini, it may sound indigenous sometimes, but different light language, because it's unique to the person. But it's not the words that we really have to be tuning into, it's the frequency. Oh yeah, some people say that as well. I think I'm going to go through what I think in a minute. But someone was saying something the other day about, I got on the subject of the twinkles on your skin, you know, the twinkles on your skin, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I used to film them, I've still got them. And I said to that person, well, it's like we're all diamonds, aren't we, shining our light, because we're carbon-based. But when carbon has been, if this is right, when we've been suppressed that much, suppressed, which we have as humanity, you're going to turn into a diamond, because is that not how you make diamonds? Shine bright like a diamond, that's all I'm saying. Have you seen silent lightning. I don't know, is that a film? I don't know. But you turn into a diamond, don't you, when it's been suppressed that much, squashed together, turn into a diamond. It's been raining a lot. Yeah, but Mother Earth has to have a drink, doesn't she? I don't know if that's anything to do with hay fever. I thought it dampened it down, but I don't know. Also, they were saying about yeah, gotta shine. Also saying about light languages. It's not spoken words are powerful, but not all. It's not about the spoken word. It's about the frequency. So, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I will show you a bit of light language on someone's channel. I'll just grab now, in case any of you don't know what I'm going on about. And it's what you listen to. Some of you may resonate with it, some of you may not. I actually do resonate with it. I'm like, Some of it sounds different, some of it sounds the same. So, first person I'll grab. Let me go with Kalina. A lot of you know Kalina. I can't see what anyone's saying at the minute. Kalina. Because she's the first one I came across a few years ago when I was like, what is all this? And then I was like, get these words in my head. When I do that chanting thing that sounds like Native American Indian, I'm like, and I always feel the need to do that. Might sound a bit batshit crazy to some, but that's just, I'm wondering, did anyone see the double rainbow? I did see, no, I didn't see, but I saw a picture of the double rainbow. So we know there's things going on, but I'm going to get into a chat in a minute. Let me see. Right, light language. Let me see. This is Kalina Malnar, I think it is. I'm not sure if I said the name right, but I have shown her before. But when she goes into light language, she has orbs on her channel as well. Let's see. Just keeps knocking it off. Let's see if she does any.
Going through. Just be aware that that love energy is going to be there, and how you accept it or how you choose to give it.
I will come into chat in a minute. Yeah, they're similar to what the lighting and I've seen looks like a colour, but yeah. Gone. Got to see her doing it.
Please know this. Okay.
DNA.
Changed to be
Schumann resonance. Has anyone been keeping their eye on that?
We're embodying all credits for stuff she's already done, and I'm immediately grounded like that. This is an experience that's been happening for.
Sorry, I'm trying to find her doing it, but
I finally was like, what is this? What keeps happening when I come down the stairs? And the message I got was, I finally realized that I should have asked. Today they were like, it is self-grounding.
Yeah, no chemtrails. Talking about chemtrails the other day, some people don't think chemtrails are real. I'm like, really?
Outer vibrations are feeling that you're having on the body. Outer vibrations.
Right, I'm really trying to find. Right. I won't do Melina at the minute because I can't seem to find where she's doing it, even though she does it all the time. I'll do this lady.
I'm doing this video today.
She's Irish.
Ahama otoya etikana. Ivasi amachukona. Io kana gani meato. Io kana yamahato. Vikasana. Now it's coming through slowly for me. So if you feel any of these phrases resonate for you, then use them, say them, and see what happens. Kota anchika si mahote. Akona asu eviavasu kona. China ahia mahota.
That's one of them. Then we've got Star Magic Healing. I always get that word Nana. Don't know Nana. Or Hoto, Nana. Nana, it's always like Nana. I don't know why. Star Magic Healing. I've shouted Star Magic Healing out before. He's another guy I came across ages ago. Some people might not have a clue what I'm talking about at the minute, but... something I felt like I need to talk about. So let me see if I can catch him doing his thing. How do you raise your vibration? Star Magic Healing with the lovely Jerry from the UK. Don't know if you've seen this guy.
With every fibre of my entire... In our hearts, there's a whole expanse of different stages that we can play, which is important. Really, they want
See if he does light language.
Because this one's a bit...
No, not that one. Yes, I got lots of footage. Brilliant. Sorry, I'm just messing around trying to find this. I'm just listening to him today, so must have been doing it.
Different things, because in that rabbit hole, just does amazing things. He's going to be telling into a physical body.
Why is it I'm looking for someone who... and now I'm like, what? Yes, we're Stardust.
This is another thing that happens, which is traumatic for the baby system. But I love you with my heart. You breathe it in, and it starts to space the pyramid to unite, to become one. You start to breathe, come down into this.
This is a joke, what I'm trying to find. Just chat among yourselves. I'm going to try and find one, but I just don't understand why. Was it that one?
I love next with you. Move into geometrical press. Support yourself. Be cool. Amazing things, and it helps the baby come out all on its own. You don't need God.
Putting the pieces of the spiritual puzzle together.
Souls, how are you feeling? Oh man, is this crazy at the moment on this planet or what? I don't know. I don't know what is going on anymore. I really don't know what is, because it's like we've been given one of those puzzles, yeah, and it's like a 1,000-piece puzzle. It's
Right. Anyway, I don't know why when I'm looking and they do it all the time, it's like light language people, like loads of people do it. We randomly just find a person.
Hello, my lovelies.
She's not talking now. Oh my days. Anyway, light language. Hi. Right, I'm stopped finding it now.
Already around you, and so that's what light language also requires of you as well, is to let go. What types of light language are there? So just as everyone is unique, so too will be your light language. Light language in essence is channeled expression, so it may be showing up as movement, as dance.
Said this before, channeled expression is dance, artwork, music, anything.
Or hand healing gestures. So many people use their hands and just feel like...
Because a lot of people, when they do light language, if they're speaking the frequency, they'll do a lot of this, or I've seen people do this. You know, they do a lot of hand gestures.
They need to move their hands in certain ways to move and shift the energy or express it. It may be singing or certain sounds like I use. It could even be writing and writing symbols. It is often so natural to us.
Symbols. And I was thinking the other day, when I'm sat in the sun and I've got my eyes closed and when I'm trying to meditate, sometimes I'll see like a dot on a line and it goes into a shape, and I thought, oh, maybe I should try and draw those little symbols that I see, because might be quite interesting to see what I get. But yeah.
Intuitives and us empaths and healers, that you actually may find yourself doing it without even realizing.
I think I have.
So really,
I really do.
what today is about is consciously taking notice of the way that you naturally feel pulled to express yourself.
I was saying the other day when the orbs came in and I was doing the chanting thing, and then it was like, ooh, and it sounded like a vibration. People do that as well. And I just felt the need that I have to do that with the orbs. And I don't know why. So I think it's just waffling on. People probably don't have a clue what I'm going on about. But anyway, there's light language out there. If anyone's come across it, I have. I think I've actually been doing it because sometimes I get funny words that don't make sense, that sound like light language, that I just want to say. Like I keep getting this ayaka, uaka, like weird words, more weird words. Anyway, some people who might be new might be thinking, oh my God, what you talking about? I was trying to find the video. They've not having a look. Which video? Yeah, artistic. Well, creativeness is source, isn't it? It's just an expression of how we express ourselves without words, because words are a little bit messed up, and that's why a lot of people on YouTube and stuff that's going on right now, you know, can get triggered by people because you might have been saying the wrong word, which sometimes words are the same things. Different words can be the same thing sometimes. It just depends. You know, like when they say the ascension, the shift, and all that, to me is the sort of same thing, you know, this whole movement on different timeline stuff that's going on. But I was just having a conversation, I think it was last night, about, you know, I believe in reincarnation. I believe the reason why we're dumbed down is so we don't remember certain things from past lives, that we get recycled and we don't know how to play the game. The more enlightened we are, if we choose to come back in this school earth, matrix, whatever you want to call it, the more knowledge we have, the more like family we could be born into, sort of way we could be born into. If anyone gets what I'm saying. Yeah, everyone does has a different interpretation of a word. It's a bit like the Bible, really. Everyone has interpretations of that, and that's why words are quite lethal, really. But when you're singing a song or something you're drawing, say, for instance, a sound, you can normally pick up the vibration of what that, you know, that frequency that sounds in, because it'll either make you feel good or bad. You know, it'll either raise your frequency or bring it right down. You know, you can be moved by music. You know, if something's like a happy sound compared to like a really like creepy, scary, something that puts you in fear sound. Obviously, that's why they put creepy music on creepy films and, you know, that sort of music. So you don't even need words. We don't need words to communicate. You can communicate through dance, writing, music. I mean, music's one of the biggest things, isn't it? So yeah, I believe personally, my look on it is, yeah, we're reincarnated, but we're also still connected to, we're incarnated, but we're also still connected to the disincarnated, which is spirit, beyond the veil. But when there's a lot of people that choose not to tune in to those frequencies of the things on the other side that we don't necessarily always see. Some of us do, but we feel. And I do believe that a lot of the stuff going on right now, as we say 3D, the 3D stuff going on with all the rights and this, that and the other, is just everything, as I've said before, being unearthed in us, because you create your own reality. So there's a lot of crap going on because there's a lot of crap in people that we're trying to purge, because we're trying to get to 14, 50, 50, I believe. And people are still like, what's the, you know, the 3D? Well, you're always saying 3D, the material world, this material world we live in. Yeah, because I see it as, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because it's where we come to have a physical experience to, as I say, we are all part of the creator. So all this rubbish that's going around right now with the protests at the minute, is but we're all one at the end of the day. And we come here to express and feel through a physical avatar. That's how I see it. Seriously, 4D, etc., not what was meant, how much. Well, I'm not talking about 4D as in we're trying to get to 4D. We're trying to get to 50. Well, I'm going to explain how I see it. So, we're in 3D material, which can get very crazy. A lot of us have come out of 3D and we're in 4D, but 4D still division in 4D. I'd say there's still bits going on in 4D. Trying to get into 50, which is, I'd say, unity, which is love, which is where you forgive. You're in 4D, it's still like, I don't know if I can forgive them sort of people, the dark side and all that, which is the dark side is a side of us. It's a shadow self playing out in 3D. We all have a shadow self. It's our shadows. When we say we can't forgive, it's like, I can forgive in a sense of, like I've said before, if those families think they're right and they were brought up like that and they are groomed to be brought up like that, in a sense it's not really their fault. Some have wanted to get out, so I have said that before. They have a choice that they could change if they want to, but some don't want to. I don't know what Grizzly's talking about, but I'm trying to explain it, so sit and listen. I said 3D is materialistic. It's where we I don't think there's major division coming. It's already here. It's just a cycle playing out again. Anyway, I'll carry on and not get distracted by chat, so talk among yourselves. 3D is the material world where I just see it as it's all distraction. It's the game of the elites, I'd say. It's where you get distracted by celebrities and all that sort of stuff and thinking that that world is very important of the materialistic stuff that goes on, you know. Oh, I want to be famous. I want loads of money. Oh, I've got to keep up with the Joneses, that sort of stuff. I'm not into that. Trying to get out of that into 4D, which is where you realise that isn't important. A lot of people now, hi Big Red, a lot of people now are realising, new people that are waking up are realising that the 3D, the 3D is not that important, and because of the lockdown, they're realising what's important, like family, saying I love you more, and realising that some things they might have thought was important. Sorry guys, sports and all that. I mean, it's not been that important, but it's also letting people see if they can actually be around the people they're really with in the house, because there's been a lot of not niceness going on with certain relationships with people, because they're realising that they've been stuck in the house together and realising they've had to be around the kids a lot and the family, which can be hard. It's probably like Christmas time when everyone goes nuts, but you realise, so there might be some relationships out there that are breaking up. Just keep an eye on that person, please, mods. Talking about distraction, trying to distract me in chat. Well, if you think Man United's more important than 4D, I hope that's a joke, because that's a bit ridiculous when you look at the more important things. That might be finding out that they're in the wrong relationship, or they've actually looked at the life and thought, oh my God, yeah, you're laughing, I know. Because people are actually looking at themselves, and they're looking at, thank you, Tapper, they're looking at their, been in before, looking at themselves, in themselves, and looking at what is really important, and actually looking at it's just going within and looking at yourself and realising what's important. That even getting too distracted in the news, like I've said before, if it's making you angry, surely it's not a good thing. And if it's making you angry and react, that's what they want. That's why I always keep saying, be aware. I'm aware, but you don't have to be up all in it where it's actually making you mad. Sorry, I'm just looking for... Hold on a minute. Lugging us in a bit more. You know, it's causing division between friends. It could be relationships. But what you've got to remember is go back to basics of friends and stuff like that over the differences you might have at the minute with what's going on in the world with division, with perceptions and whose side you're on, the left and the right and all that. That's just the whole duality thing playing out. But you know, are you really going to fall out with friends, or do you remember what your friends actually are? It's just the point that you've got a different opinion. I know it's hard, but then you come to that again. It's a bit like, right, well, we'll agree to disagree and we'll just see what gets played out, you know. We'll see what gets played out at the end of the day. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just saying, watch your words, you know, be careful what you say. That's all. But, yeah, and like I said before, the 5D doesn't have no duality in it. It's just love. Love doesn't, it's not left or right, it's not right and wrong, it's not, because everything's us on a soul level. And that's where I'm at the minute with certain stuff is, you know, like I said before, I do believe, I was trying to explain this to someone the other day, I do believe we do reincarnate, and I do believe in a creator, source, God, whatever you want to call it. I call it source, universe. And we made these contracts to come in just before we were born, and then we sort of forget, and then we wake up again to ourselves. That's why a lot of people say, oh, you're having a midlife crisis. It's like, no, I've just woke up actually to certain things. And the whole thing is, the elites do not want us to know that we are sovereign beings, exactly. And we have much more power to manifest our lives. Yes, we do. And distraction and fear. Yeah, they know the game's over when we wake up, because like Howard's just said, we are sovereign beings. We are very powerful and we manifest things in the life. I do think the manifestation, the power of manifestation has been not totally shut down, but it used to be harder and it's a lot quicker now. That's why I was saying like the release of free energy, stuff to do with Nikola Tesla and all that is, you know, geared. Yeah, I'm just sort of not looking at chat because I'll get too distracted, so don't think I'm being rude. I just won't look at chat for now. So, yeah, I'll be nice in chat because this is the whole thing of what's going on. So, we come into reincarnate, but we have this contract that we came to do this. And it's really funny because, Pete, if you don't know, yes, I am into ETs, whatever you want to believe that is, if it's extraterrestrial, as in from extra lands, maybe we don't know about different ways. I do believe Space Force is a real thing in a sense of, I mean, even the sign triletical, that means communication, which I'm like, well, there's a lot of people getting communications right now. They're talking about, I think Project Camelot, was it Camelot TV talking about they're going to be having a chat on the speed of light, travelling at the speed of light now. Tesla means in your head. Some people go, oh, we can't do that. Who knows? We've had stuff suppressed. Does it mean other stuff with your mind? Who knows? That'll be an interesting chat when they put that up in a couple of weeks. But I couldn't agree more, Dolly, real talk. Yeah, I just think we came in to do this. That's why a lot of people call starseeds, whatever it is, whatever. We had different waves of people waking up. But the more I listen to people, it's a bit like when you're lucid dreaming, and I have had a lucid dream, so I know it's a real thing, and I know the energy transferred on my mum. I've told this story before when she was at my house. But I remember when I was younger, and it's a lot when you're younger because you don't always perceive. You can be scared when you're younger, but sometimes because you don't know what it is, it's just like you don't sort of always go with the fear. But a dream that I had when I was younger, about 5 or 6, I'm not really sure, where I stood on the other side of a circle somewhere with some beings on the other side, which I think did look like E.T. out the E.T. film because I loved E.T. So I think they'd come as something not scary, so I wouldn't be scared. But I don't know what was said, and it was a recurring dream years ago when I lived down south in the army, and I don't remember what was said. It's just like we were stood there looking at each other like as if we knew something, like could have been telepathy. We knew something was said, but I was that young then. I can't remember anyway. And then I used to get this thing about, I used to feel something was in the room with me and my sister, because we used to stay in the same room when we were younger, and I used to call it the blob because I didn't know what it was, and I wouldn't come out underneath my blankets. I just had a feeling something was there watching, and it did scare me a bit, even though I'm not saying it was not malevolent. It's just because I wasn't sure what it was. And you know, kids' imaginations. Anyway, so yeah, I just used to call it the blob because I perceived it to have no legs or arms. Maybe it was an old thing at the time. I don't know, but that's what it was. Right, Dan, do you want to leave the building? Thank you. It's just distraction. See what I mean? There's this whole thing that's going on now in the 3D realm with all these protests. It's just people wanting to distract all the time and wanting to be, you know, all this thing of protesting, reacting to what's being seen on TV. Action can be done. And I meant to say before, it was Martin Luther King I was trying to say. I said somebody else, didn't I? Was it? I can't remember. If you look back in time, when the protest started with that, they were protesting, but they were protesting in peace. They didn't want to protest in violence because that's never got us anywhere. But what got the whole world seeing was, I believe, the police and all that went down and blasted them all with the protest with blasted the line of the protest with big massive water cannons, and then people around the world started seeing that the police and all that were going against the what would you call it, protest, civil protest, because they weren't being violent. It was the other side that were being violent because they were blasting them with water cannons and really hurting people and getting violent on these people. Well, these people were protesting, but they weren't protesting in violence. Violence doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't mean because you're not doing that, you can't put things out there and solve problems and stuff like that, because that's what some people think it is. It's no action. Well, it wasn't, and it actually got seen anyway back in the day for what the other side were doing. And then you've got this whole thing going on with Antifa at the minute, where they're the ones that are behind the Black Lives Matter movement. Because, like I said, I'm not saying that's not what people think it's the right thing to do. It's what lies behind that. There's an agenda behind it, and the ones that are mostly caught on camera messing all that up anyway are whatever people are Antifa, and they're pushed by George Soros and the Clintons, and they're the ones destroying people's businesses, black businesses as well, because people have been on talking about that themselves, and also messing up areas they're not even from, and they have actually been shooting people in the street, black people as well. So we all know there's something going on there, and it's not what the mainstream media is saying it is. No, I didn't see what they did to the graveyard, but that's what I mean. It's not, and it's making that movement of, in a sense, Black Lives Matter look bad, because it's not really them people, it's the Antifa people, and they're paid to go and do that, to trash, to burn down buildings and all that, and obviously for TV purposes, it looks really bad, the mainstream, lamestream, mafia media, and then the other people, the normies, the sleeping that are watching it, get all activated themselves and all mad, and then thinking that, oh, and it's all that thing again, isn't it? Divide and conquer. So just saying, not going to really talk about it because it's all out there and I've not really been watching it. I'm just waiting for it to, like I said, I'm just sitting in the eye of the storm, watching what's going on. You know, watching what's going on, like a little watcher, and watching the whole movie roll out. We're watching a movie right now. It's all been done. We're watching it play out. And that's why I'm not getting in a big, massive hoo-ha about it. The mainstream television news is it distant? Yes, it is. It's been what would you call it? Since the 1950s, it's been a hyper, like, sort of hypnosis machine. That's what it's been. Because people, back in the day, way back, you would have had proper reporters that are going to tell you the truth. Now, it's nothing like that. It's just propaganda and their agenda all the time, and there's only one side to the story. You'll never see the other side of it because they only want you to see one side, and that's what people don't get. So I don't mean people in chat, but you know, so yeah, we know that. That's why they realised that mainstream media affected and controlled, is mind control, the world. That's why I've said before, tell lie vision, tell lies in visions. You have programs because it's programming you. And the channels are called channels. We can channel the Most High and other consciousnesses when you turn your radio on and turn into the frequencies, but people are not looking at the frequencies within them that are trying to talk to you all the time, God, source, whatever you want to call it. They're tuning into the TV and feeding into the shit, basically. So if you feel shit and depressed, I would advise you to switch the TV off, get rid of your license and stop watching it and just find alternative stuff, because there is alternative stuff out there. And some people will say, well, YouTube is social media. Yeah, but it's not lamestream news that isn't going to let you get on and tell your truth because they only want their agenda on. I try to explain this all the time to people. They're like, yes, but it's social media. Yes, but there's people on YouTube that are real, like me and other people, that are talking the truth about what they're perceiving and what they're actually seeing in their areas going on, and they've never let them real people get on the TV because they don't want them putting their point across or going, hang on a minute, you filmed this in my area and said this was going on. I live in that area, hang on, that's not going on. Or I've got people in my street, we're not all fighting against the colour of the skin and blah, 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 but you put that out there and film stuff going on with your Antifa team out there, your little soy boys doing all that, getting battered by the big boys, by the way. So, like I said, you're getting triggered, you're getting angry, you're getting depressed, you're getting anxiety. Please stop watching the TV. You can watch the news. I've said this before. I'll keep an eye on it in the morning. I'll just scroll through in the morning quickly and go, ha ha ha, oh, what this actually, let me have a look now for a laugh. And then I'll go, oh, I see what they're trying to push, but I don't sit in it. I can talk about it to people and stuff like that, but I see what they're trying to do. But everyone calls it a conspiracy, but it's like, well, and it doesn't make me feel bad because I believe there's a beautiful thing coming. And one of the biggest things that they've tried to take you away from, which I will shout out till I'm blue in the face, is you are connected to source, creator, God, whatever you call it. You are a part of that. You are a mini god and a mini goddess because you manifest your own life. That's what they don't want us to know. It's game over for them. They're more in fear of us because there's more of us actually than there is of them. They're like bloodline families, but they need the minions to work for them. There's actually more of us than there is of them. The way they control is through the TV and all the shit they put out there, through the celebrities, especially in Hollywood, because people are sheep and they follow and believe everything the celebrities are saying because they're famous and they want to be famous. God, that voice is coming out again. They want to be famous and I want money. A lot of these people have sold the soul to the devil, as some of us know. So, let me just have a laugh what's going on. Let's have a quick look. You can have a look, but then you sort of know what's going on because you're like, oh, right, here we go. First one up, Trump. Donald Trump sparks concerns with baby steps and two-handed war. I don't even know what that's about. But it'll be something crap because it's the Mirror. Chinese issues warning to Britain. Right. The Witcher, something about The Witcher. Boris Johnson losing public approval over handling of virus. Well, we all know about that. Why Trump loves his US military, but it doesn't love him back. Yes, it does. They're just telling lies again. The proper military does and Space Force does. So that's a load of absolute codswallop. That's The Guardian 15 hours ago. But see how it's never for him, is it? Ever. Never for him. Always against him. But there has things that changed in America. Loads of stuff. President blames that, yeah, whatever. With newfound Pope aims to cross streams of church and... I don't even know what's going on there. Star Trek Next Generation builds... rebuilds bridge set. The Queen dances to low-key trooping the colour. She's got that Tiffany blue one. She's over with anyway. Can't even look at it. It's just a load of twaddle. Absolute load of twaddle. Everything's just you know, especially with Trump, it just makes me laugh. It's his birthday today. I bet they didn't wish him happy birthday and they just say, oh, he loves his military, but they don't love him back. That's a load of bollocks. The only military that won't love him back is the ones that have been on the other side. Do you know what I mean? I'd say thank you to the military and thank you to the Space Force team as well. They are all vampires and they are, yeah. And that's what I mean. They do, we know they siphon off our energy because like I've said, if you're new in here, I know most of you know, when you're watching TV and you're feeding yourself, I don't know, when you're, yeah, we did say watch the water. Now, you got to remember, a lot of Q codes are very multi-layered. So it could be watch the water as in, well, the kids being trafficked out through the water. They got watch the water as in crystal clean waters, crystal clean air. What did we ever say the other one was? Watch the water as in... There was watch the water ages ago where you saw the pictures on the back wall. It was always the sea, or he drank so much water and it meant like game on or whatever. There was... next week. Yeah, there was, well, there's loads to do with the water. The last one we thought was I can't remember, but it's so you know, multi-layered. That's the thing with it. One thing can mean very many things. I've not even looked at Q lately. Let me just go over. Like I said, my head's not in it every day. But like I said, if you're constantly in the news all the time and getting riled up, I just advise you not to. Just check it. It's normally the complete opposite. Let me see. Oh, that's something to do with ages ago. Oh no, I don't mean any of that, like the water thingy scare. Something else. CNN, MSNBC, they're taking the mick of like it's all falling down. The media, like they're only propped up. The media is falling. They're falling in their own shit and they can't get out of it because they can't go back on what they've shown people. So, like I say, it's just funny. Oh, here's one with a picture. And it says, this guy holding the American flag. A lot of people don't know. They go on about people being enslaved. We've all been enslaved and we've been enslaved now. So, but you can break free from that. Old Glory stands for freedom and equality for all. Exactly. The flag was carried by Union soldiers during the Civil War in a fight to abolish slavery. And then it says in kill box sort of thing, the Confederate Democrats. The flag of Lincoln it was considered a great honour to be chosen to carry the flag in battle. The soldier was unarmed and knew they would most certainly die, as did most who fought, but understood that the fight, that their lives was worth the cost. And then it says self-sacrifice. They believed in something greater than themselves. To them, the flag represented a symbol of freedom, of hope, of equality and prosperity. To disrespect the flag, to kneel, is to disrespect those who fought and died to provide each and every one of us the rights we are offered today. So when people have been kneeling, you're disrespecting. And they've made that kneel look like something else. Old Glory knows not what colour skin carries, her only for that which it stands. Exactly, because we all stand together as one. One nation under God, indivisible. Is that what it says? Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, to free oppression. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children that it was once what it was once like in the United States where men were free. Reagan. And then it says Q. So just wanted to read that out. We are all one under the sun. Forgot what I was talking about now. Anyway, 17 thumbs up. 36 in chat. 6, 7, 8, 9. Did anyone see the JFK Jr. footage in the plane behind Trump? Yeah, I've seen that before, Lois. It's brilliant. I have seen that before, doing the whole thingy thing, you know, where people go, oh, it's Illuminati. But yeah, waiting. But like I say, it's very exciting times, but people will just poo-hoo stuff because they're like, oh, there's so much stuff going on and the world's gone crazy. It's like, sure, has gone crazy. It needs to get crazy, you know, order out of chaos. It needs people to see what the hell's been going on. It needs people to be triggered in a sense as well, because it's unearthing, like I said this morning, a lot of stuff in you. I thought I'd got rid of quite a few things in me, but they've been coming up again, which I thought, well, that's good then, because then I can get rid of them again, or get rid of the last bits, because energy, hate and all that, and anxiety and all that stuff, if you feel like that through what you're watching, that's why I say come away, will reside in your body as a disease or pain in your body, and you need to release it and let it go. That's why I've said months ago, it's all about releasing. We're still doing this. When you release, you can fill your vessel up with new energies, because new energies are coming in. They can't come in if you're harbouring the shit from last year, the year before, years ago, and not letting go, and even looking at stuff you might have been a part of and realised and thought, right, okay, don't feel guilty, just let it go. Don't feel guilty. And that's another side of that whole movement that's going on in a minute, because there's a lot of sides going on trying to make white people feel guilty, and all that. And it's like, hang on a minute, I wasn't part of a thing that was doing something years ago, so I'm not going to feel guilty even if it was in one of my ancestral timelines. I'm not going to feel guilty for something I didn't do now. So don't let people feel guilty. Like they had a white woman kneeling on her knees and kissing black people's shoes, and vice versa, whatever the hell they're showing on TV and YouTube, and a woman putting a kid up saying white privilege. It's an absolute load of bollocks, and I'll say it here and now. It's bollocks. I've said before, there's people in other countries that do have it worse, but it's not through skin colour. There's other people in other countries that are white, Chinese, whatever, that are still going through suppression, slavery, organ harvesting, child trafficking, rape. So when people talk about that, you really need to look at what you're talking about, because it's an absolute load of bullshit. And there was actually white people that brought slavery down, and there was actually black people and Arabs that sold black people, when you look back in history and actually see what it's about. And so the whole point is, we've all still been enslaved right now by these elites. So that's really, sorry, pisses me off when people can't look back properly and even know that the people go on about slavery when we've actually all been slaves right now. If anyone gets what I'm saying. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And no one can look at someone's skin and go, oh, you're white, so you've had nothing happen to you, or you're this, or you're that, or you live over that side of the world. Nothing's happened to you. You don't know that person. You can't look at someone by skin colour and say, oh, yeah, well, you must be all right because you're this, or you mustn't be because you're that. It doesn't work like that. And you don't know someone's life. Yeah, we know about the birth certificate. I don't know if a lot of people know. We're on maritime law, we're on water law, we're not on land law. Your birth certificate is like the birthing, it's a boat. When we have birth certificates, which we didn't know, did we? Your birth certificate means you are a slave, basically, of the monarchy, whatever you want to call it. We've give our birthright away to them. So the actual whole world, if you actually look into that, don't believe me, actually look into it, Magna Carta and all that shite. We've all been slaves, because that's what the whole birth certificate is. It's a scam. So just want to throw that out there just in case nobody didn't know. So thanks for chucking that in there. I knew that. So when you see all this division going on with what's going on right now, it's an absolute load of bollocks. And I'm swearing because I've got triggered, but in a good way, because it's like, it's rubbish. Check out, do your own research and realise what's going on. So then really, You don't need to be doing all that protesting, shouting about. You're going after the wrong people. You're fighting against each other, which is what they want. You're not really looking at the top people, those who are sat there laughing at the people doing this right now and rubbing their hands together. But the light is winning anyway. They're just using the last bits of ammo. Do you remember the Q film ages ago? Gender, race and religion. So, yeah. Yeah, it is, Mark. It's their way of getting them, for us to all hate each other. And if you look back in time, it's just recycling itself back round again. Yeah, it's why everyone feels heavy on the shoulders. And that's why I say you've got to release. That's why don't get in debates about all this. Just don't even feed into it. They know once the more people are feeding into it off the TV news, it's feeding into that energy. So if people just didn't get activated by, yeah, you can get activated in a good way to action, but not the violent action. That's what they want, because people are getting killed in these protests in America. There's been shootings and everything they're not telling you about properly. That's why the whole thing was done, which kicked off with George Floyd. They did it to start the whole thing off. Just saying. Anyway, I'll come out of that again, but just saying it. Yeah, I'm saying it like it is, and that's the whole, my perception on it all anyway. You know, people watching after will have their own perception and whatever, and probably make comments. I'm not going to comment back because I'm not interested. You can blatantly see, Back to the Future, folks. Just go back to the past and have a look what was going on then. And that's why I said this morning, we can't do it out of violence. We can do it different ways, because it's never done anything in the past. It's just comes up every now and again when they want to start something, bring the economy down, or the elections to start something, because that's coming up. Cause a load of crap to get people fighting. So we're doing their job for them. We're killing each other off, arguing. Why they're all flipping, rubbing their hands together and laughing at us, just saying. So, yeah. So anyway, as I was saying before, I'm sitting in the eye of the storm watching the whole thing unfold, this movie, and it's been getting pretty interesting. Yeah, exactly. Only one race, and that's the human race. Exactly. And even if we've got star being race or whatever, then we're a flipping galactic race, universal race. But to me, because I believe in all that, by the way, doesn't matter if you don't, we're still all one, because we all still come from source. I believe things that you perceive as frequencies, energies, elementals, spirit, ETs, whatever, is sort of us, people that might have ascended, enlightened, moved on, gone passed over to energy, are just sort of spiraling up in oh no, I'm not biting, I just have to put it out there, because I haven't really spoke on that. Us in the future, higher selves, or those from the past that have ascended, passed over. And because I just believe we always carry on spiraling up, and we're always learning, and you become a different form of energy, not this, because like I said, I see Earth as a school and a place to come and learn lessons in your lives, and that you made a contract to actually come and play this so-called game, and you think, oh, I won't come and play this game, but you sort of forget when you come here to learn to be in a physical vessel. But I always say we haven't had a chance to play the game properly, because we can manifest here and stuff like that, because we got distracted and it got infiltrated, can't even say the word, infiltrated, whatever you call it, on quite a lot of levels. So it's like, when you're playing a game, I'm not a game player, but I hear my son, there's many different levels, and I sort of see it like that. So we come on this level, Earth, and you want to play the game to the best of your abilities. But when you've got someone who's hacked into the game, let's say, and it's making you do things or take different turns when you want it to go that way. And I hear kids getting dead mad, when they, when something's happened and they've, they can't get past that level. Well, it's a bit like that because we've not had the right equipment or someone's hacked into it and it's making us sort of not play it to our full potential, so we never get off that level. Who wants to be stuck on that level all the time? So we move up to 4th and 5th, and it could go on and on and on. But we've also got to realise to do that we've got to come away from the duality. Why do they keep doing War of the World programs? They do a lot of War of the World programs because one, we are in a war. We're in World War III. We're not going to it. We're already in. It's been a silent war. I also believe as well, whether this is true or not, people think it's daft. The whole thing with ETs and that, if they were going to do Project Bluebeam, which I believe is, they're just saying that because if ETs are disclosing themselves, which I think they are through frequencies to people now anyway, we don't need the government, that's what they'll say it is. And also, normally, most alien films, I don't even like saying alien, ETs, whatever, films are normally, they're coming to take over, they're coming to kill us. We watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers last night just for a laugh. It's always that sort of thing. And I'm not saying there isn't things out there that are not malevolent, because energy is just energy, and it's what your frequency and what you are. And I do believe there's been certain things here. You've got deep state, and then I think you've got shadow government. It's like what's in the shadows, entities. I do believe in that, and I'm not saying that all good, but it is needed. I do believe they're going, but I do believe that's why they have a lot of films with most of it's always like, no, they never stop making anything war. If you think about it, that's what they thrive on, war. So their films are always about war. It's always about fear mongering. The most thing they do. That's why they have horror films out there. A lot of ET films like Alien and all that are always quite scary. This, that, and the other. They want you in fear. So I mean, if you did see something, normally you'd be in fear and you'd want to run off or kill it or something. That's what they always want anyway. Then you would be warring with different races. Because I do believe there's races. I believe they're already here to tell the truth. Just saying, that's just my belief. But they always put things out there because they always want you in fear of. You're always in fear of something you don't know. And we're not taught about a lot of things, and that is a fact. We're not taught about frequencies. We're not taught about who we really are and the powers that we hold, that we may once had, that we have got, that DNA, what actual junk DNA is. Because I don't think it's junk DNA at all. And I think a lot of DNA is being activated. And that's why a lot of people now are talking about telepathy and certain things. I've mentioned that before. But they just want you dumbed down. They want you to feel that we need them, the government. We are useless beings. I think we're very powerful beings, human beings. And they know once we know that, it's game over for them. But we are realising that now. So, bye-bye. Yeah, I'm glad you're studying it, Dave, because that's all I waffle on about is Nikola Tesla. And like I said, Trump's uncle was in connection with all that, and the free energy and the 369 energy, frequency and sound, and what he was in contact with, and all that's coming. Free energy is us as well. So when you think of free energy is going to be released for other stuff, technologies and all sorts, that is way, way, way. They've had it for years, hundreds of years, whatever. We are the energy as well, so we will be freed. We are the free energy as well. Hi from Long Island. Good to catch you up. Finally have a few before dinner. Hi, Kath B. So, yeah, we have been here a long time. We walk among you. Exactly. I think that as well. There's a lot of synchronicities going on, Source speaks to us, Spirit speaks to us, whatever you want to call whatever is on the other side, speaks to us all the time through synchronicities, numbers, so many different ways. But if you're not tuning in, some people see it as freaky. It's just a coincidence. It's like, it's not a coincidence. Have I seen the film Contact? Yeah, is that the one with the... Is that the one with the where they go up this big thing and these things look like trees, the weird alien things, and they make signs contacting through sound. Is it that one? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, a lot of us knew Trump. They didn't lose hope. Trump and Putin were working together. We knew that through Q ages ago because Putin did a whole thumbs up about 3 years ago when they did the whole D-Day thing, whatever it was. So yeah, we know about that. Most of us know about that on Q. They handed some information over. So yeah, a lot of us know. A lot of us have known that. If you saw the football video, where he chucked the football and said, the ball's in your court. That's just information that they had in Russia. Can you remember when they were going on about Russia? And we all know it wasn't. It was China. Yeah, that's quite old news. That, but obviously you haven't been into Q that long, have you, Dave? So yeah, true. Yeah, and I think the code was before Putin did that a few years ago. It was said something about the ball's in your court, and then Putin said the ball's in your court. Threw it to Trump. Trump threw it to Melania to give to what's his son called? What's his son called? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tapper, Putin with the ball. Baron. Yeah, so yeah. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff been done, but people don't realise. Oh, it's your son's 12th birthday. Happy birthday to your son on a special day today. Yeah. So, I don't know how everyone's been feeling. I've just been feeling really tired, but I remember someone saying something today about energies and people are feeling tired. I've been feeling tired. Not lowering a frequency, just tired. But like I said, there's lots of energies going on. Human resonance still going bonkers, and also, this, that, and the other. Yeah, but Dave, this is what I put up on my community post. It does annoy me when people say, "Can you hurry up?" It's all being done. The Democrats are being exposed. It is massive. Yeah, they are kneeling, but they're idiots and people are getting seen. It's all being exposed in the right time, the right way. It's supposed to be exposing the, Primark is, I know. The mainstream media are exposing themselves, and that's what Trump and the Q team wanted. They wanted him to do it themselves so it doesn't come back on them. They are doing it themselves. Like I said, if you go on my community page, I think I put that video up of, I can't remember who was talking about it or saying this is why people say I wish they'd hurry up, and he's explaining why. I can't remember who it is now. It's on my community post anyway. Yeah, exactly, Red Eye Jedi. They've already lost, Dave. It's just playing out. That's why we got told off Q ages ago, sit back and watch the movie. It's just a movie. Yeah, exactly, AA. It's not really for us. We know what's coming. We see it. You look at the news, you look at that. The people who are asleep, who are starting to wake up, it's for them. It's for them. We're just like waiting for the others to come over, and because they're going to go through that stage of what we all went through. But also, I will say, there's still that other bit of, and it's not just about Q, and it's not just about Trump. He's had white light, pure white light all around him. I know he's working for the light. It is mostly to do with they tried to separate you from God, source, creator, whatever you want to call it. That's one of the biggest things, that when they say it gets biblical and all that, I mean, there's many different layers to that, but it is the whole thing of getting you ready to go within yourself, to get rid of stuff, to becoming the best person you can be, getting rid of the stale energies, trying to be the best person you can, because at the end of the day, it is to do with coming away from all that 3D stuff and realising who you are. You are from Creator, you are from God. There is a God. Call it what you want. He, she, God, source, universe, whatever you choose to call it. It's not anyone's right way to say what it is, but source, I like to call it source, that we are all from source. And most of the people wake up to that, they're going to realise what they've been doing and realising we are all one. And then it goes into that whole unity thing, the love thing of, yeah, what Jesus said, be good to thy neighbour, don't do to others that you wouldn't do to yourself. You're only harming yourself at the end of the day. You're only going to get karma come back at you. If you're wondering why your life is shit, maybe have a really good look at yourself and realising what you're repeating. Or maybe that you should at 33 in chat, Christ consciousness. And that's the whole thing with the ascension. Thanks, Tapper. That's the whole thing with the ascension going on right now. It's a place here, it's a higher consciousness, Christ consciousness, love consciousness. It's a higher state of consciousness. a higher state of mind, not the lower mind, which is 3D, wrapped up in stuff you don't need to be wrapped up in, wrapped up in the materialism. Me, buy, consume, never giving a thought to, yeah, maybe you're a meat eater, but do you actually eat too much? You see what's going on with the world, the animals, so on and so on. Do you actually put a thought into anything, or are you just not bothered because you want what she's got over there or he's got over there, so on and so forth? If you get what I'm saying with that whole thing. Do you actually have real love in your life? Friends, family, partners, whatever. It doesn't matter. Or do you just go after things because you want people that'll help you, I don't know, look good, or people to love you? No, because a lot of people don't do that. They love what people have or people can give them, not in a sense of an energy or a real vibe. It's more like the money or the things that they're getting off that person because it's materialistic. Like, remember that saying that I said ages ago? I always get it mixed up. What's the saying where someone please put it in chat? We're supposed to love humans. What's the saying? Do you remember me trying to say it and never get it right? But we do too much of the loving material and not loving each other. Does anyone remember that quote? I never remember it. I've got to write it down. Yeah, love is all we need. Do 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 do. All we need is love. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And that's what they hate. They don't want people in unity. They want people arguing. They don't want people loving each other. They want people hating each other. They want to break family units up. That is what they've done through the shit they put out there with pornography. Yes, they do. Too much of it. Making women just look like pieces of meat and all that crap that goes on with that. Celebrities showing that they're always cheating and this, that and the other, and everyone wants to be like that, and oh, it's good to do this and not to do, and it goes on and on and on, and people can laugh, but that is how they do it, and they break families up, trying to make out that you don't need each other. You do need each other. Yes, it's good to have your own space. You don't need to be in someone's face 24/7, and you should have your own, like, individual, if you've got a hobby or something that you can go off and do that, and you're in trusting of, I'm just putting a relationship out there, trusting of the person you're with, but they have gone against families, the family sort of moral sort of thing, the good way of that way, if you want to say. It's a fact. Yeah, all kinds of programming. There is, it's so layered. Yeah, the Kardashians and all that. I mean, I think she's changed now, like Kanye West, when people can change. But the whole lot of stuff where that stuff's out there and it hits the young ones, it hits the youth, because that's what they wanted. They wanted to aim it at the youth of today. That's why, I'm sorry, girls walk around in next to nothing these days. That's not being a prude. That's just like, they don't have respect. God, I sound like my mother now. But looking at it, it's like, it's not even like what it was in my day. You get so many people not loving themselves. They want to look like everybody else. They want to look like these models. They want to look like these models in porn movies and not having the things done, having the lips done, all looking like clones of each other. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Women do it to make them feel better. But then sometimes I think some women do it because they're trying to make their man love them or look like that thing in that thing, because that's what they think they want, because that's what men think they want, because they watch too much of that, and because it's projected out there all the time with celebrities and having all this plastic surgery, and they don't show you what goes wrong, and trying to make women all look the same. Where's the individuality? And sorry, women, a lot of women look sexy when they're actually a little bit covered up. I know, I'm not saying telling people what to wear. I don't mean that. I'm just saying they do, because there's too many people out there that just, I don't know. I know there's expression and stuff, but there's a lot of underlying stuff going on as well, out there as well. So there's a bit of a rant on that. I don't even mean things like, yoga pants or short shorts. I've got short shorts on today, but I just mean, been in the garden. But it's just, I don't even mean that. I just mean the some of the stuff I see, I'm just like, What? Hi. You know what I mean? It's just everyone morphing into the same person, basically. I look at young girls now and I'm like, they all look the same, face-wise. You know, they're getting all things done at young ages when they don't need certain things doing at their age, you know, because they're not happy with themselves, because they're looking at Instagram, they're looking at the Kardashians, they're looking at celebrities, and a lot of these people on Instagram who are putting selfies up all the time, because this is what a lot of girls do. I put the odd selfie up on Instagram, but I'm not one of them who's constantly posting stuff like that. Yeah, society's look, well, it's coming back. They're gonna realise. You know, I'm sorry, but that's how I see it as. You know, I've seen people who are my age, and they're constantly all the whole posts are just headshots. That's it. Pouting with the what are they called, the different focuses on to make them look younger. What is that? It's not telling you something. It's not inspiring anybody, like with beautiful quotes and showing different things, music or something. It's just headshot after headshot every day of like, how many headshots do you need? Yes, it's nice to take a little selfie now and again with a message behind it. But when it's constant just selfies of you, just pouting, it's like, that to me is saying somebody is not happy within themselves and they're looking for something, because a lot, and it's a fact, we all do it. People are looking for validation and likes. That's why Facebook was made. I hate Facebook, but I go on it and trigger everyone on there about Trump. I just tried to put some of my art stuff up on Instagram. I'd put a few headshots on, but it's not that sort of thing. But no, there's nothing wrong in that. But I'm saying when it's constant, and it's just because a lot of people, it's not their fault. A lot of people are depressed, especially with things that are going on. So they try to validate the happiness through putting a headshot on and then getting a like off loads of people they don't like, or a guy, or whatever, vice versa with men. Because it makes them feel happy in the moment, but really behind the scenes after, they're not happy. Or, and this is the whole thing with how people get depressed, because you'll put a lot of celebrities putting out, oh, look at my house, look at this. They've took I don't know, a shot on camera, you know, in a certain angle where it looks all nicey, and this, that, and the other. And it's not really like that in real life. And even people who are showing people, oh, I've lost weight and all that, which is great, but sometimes they don't show you that maybe they've took it from a different angle and it's totally not real life. So, you know, and there's people on Facebook putting all the pictures out, oh, look at us, a happy family, which I'm not saying people aren't, but there's a lot behind it where they're probably arguing behind closed doors and they're not that happy, but they'll put smiley faces on, because I know people who've done that and they're really depressed, but they'll put it out to the world that they are, but that's not being your true authentic self. Stop looking at others and what others are doing, thinking that's your reality, that's what you want. The reason why you're not happy is because you're following others. Yeah, men are just as bad as well. You get a lot of these Barbie men, I'll call them. I can't be doing with Barbie men. What a real man, thanks. But it's all put out. This is society, though. It's not even their fault. Following others, just do you. Don't do something because that's how you think. I've done it in the past. We all have. Because that's what you think you should be doing. That's what society's telling you should be doing. That's why there's a lot of women, for instance, like I said, I'm not saying it's wrong. I know people have got it, but they'll go and try and change the bodies and the faces and this, that, and the other, but they're still not happy. That's because it's not really that is, it's within you. You're not happy within. You're trying to go with other people that's making it happy, when you're not really looking at the thing within you that's hurting you. So you go for something on the outside thinking, oh, well, everyone will think this and that. Yeah, it might make you happy for 5 minutes, but really that's not the seed of what's in you that is, you know, upsetting you, if you get what I'm saying. Don't know why I just went off on one of them. Yeah, exactly, Dolly. They smile amongst friends and cry alone. Exactly. And that's what people are realising, I think, in this whole lockdown. Can't get to the hairdressers, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, it must be terrible for some people. Yeah, exactly. The celebrities aren't who they say they are, you know. And oh, there's something else I wanted to say then as well. You know, and all the stuff they push out about getting older. Age is just a number. The more stressed you are and the more angry you get, the quicker you will age. I do believe actually we're supposed to live a lot longer, over our hundreds, but because of the anger, the density here, the fear mongering, it stresses people out and the age, you know. I do believe we've got things that'll probably reverse all that, and it's your mindset anyway. But to be saying aging is a bad thing as we're getting older, it's not. It's not bad to have frown lines. I've got them. Laughter lines. I've got them. You start getting like that. That's a whole part of growing up. You know. I say seek to please yourself because yourself is from God. So yeah. Not others. There's nothing wrong with that. I think people look more natural, look more beautiful when they're being... People look more beautiful when they're being their true, authentic self. It shines through because you're not being a copy of someone else or a puppet, you know? Yeah, Jim, I'm not into that channel. If that's what you're saying, I'm not into that channel. Yeah, Barbie men. They are bloody Barbie men. Bloody Barbie men. Yeah, my inner buddy keeps saying that as well. It's like, oh, just don't comment back because, you know, it's just a whole arguing thing and people are going to see. And the most thing they've got to see is them. It's what the whole thing's about. It's just about you moving forward, letting go, trying to even let go of the arguments. I hope you can see I don't get as triggered as I used to. I know I had a bit of a thingy then, but that's just the whole thing, trying to explain it all. We're here to do a job and it's to be better people. Yes, it's hard. It's hard to be zen-like when I've got Finney doing me nothing most days because he's not at school yet and he's bored and then he's doing this and he's just at that age anyway. That's difficult. You know, there's all sorts of things going on, but it's just if you're trying, you know, we're all trying. Like I was really tired tonight again. I thought, oh my God, I think hay fever's coming in. Should I come on? But I thought, no, I'll come on. Yeah, natural is the best way forward. I'm not saying it's like a bad thing, certain things. I don't mean that. But it's just when you... It's there's a balance. It's all balance, isn't it? It's all balance. That's what it's to do with. It's just all balance. Yeah, that's what most people say. I am what I am. If you don't like it, do one. You know? How boring would the world be if we were all just the same person? So every man looked like one man and every woman looked like one woman and that was it. And they were all just the same. Like, wouldn't you want a bit more? That's what we came here to experience, differences and stuff like that. But not getting in a big argument about stuff, which it is hard sometimes. But I've had a few little ones this weekend, but then we'll just agree to disagree at the minute. But the whole thing behind it all is to realise that, work on yourself, come away from the TV and the news and start pumping some good vibes out. Like I keep saying, doing what you love, listening to music like you love, that puts you in a high vibration. You've got to be careful with certain music. It's like music. The songs today, a lot of the rap crap stuff about doing this and doing that, and taking drugs and sex and this and that, that's all the lower vibration. It's crap. It's not even real music or songs. It's crap. Anyone can make it up, you know, of that sort of stuff they pump out. I'm not saying everyone, I'm just saying there's a lot of crap. And it's not creative because they're not creative. They came away from creator source. Yeah, it would be a boring realm. Can you imagine? You just didn't have different opinions. Like, you don't have to get angry, but my God, you know, we're all individual. Like, there's a lot of us that believe in the same things, but we're all individual. We all look different. We might have a few little different takes on things. We all create differently, you know. I might draw a picture like this, you draw it that way. You know, my creative way looks like this, yours looks that way. That's what makes the world more beautiful because we are different and individual, but we are all from the one. And that's why we create beautiful things. but it'd be pretty boring if it was just one thing. And that's why I believe creator wanted to come and experience many different experiences in many different ways. And that's who we are, the shards of that creator. I see creator as a big crystal, and we're the shards off that crystal that I drew in a meditation ages ago. I've not been drawing a lot lately this week. Need to get back into it, but I've just been feeling tired. I just go in with the flow of however I'm feeling at the time, and the hay fever thing's been doing my head in. But it's more beautiful because of the individuality, but that doesn't mean we're all fighting against each other. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Dave. It's just remembering in it and thinking, right, I'm going to pump out some proper good vibes here. I'm not going to get triggered. Like, I know some people I'm just meeting that are not into Trump, and if I ever have that conversation, I'm just not going to get into it. I'll get into it on here, but on the outside, well, it's just going to be, it is what it is, you know. Apart from the stuff I believe in, do you like me as a person? Yes, well, let's get on with each other. That is just our perceptions of what we believe in at the minute, and maybe we'll come away from that and different things and we'll spiral up. But that's like, if you're in a relationship with someone and they're not quite on the same wavelength, and I know it's hard when you sort of buffering off each other, but look at the thing away from that. Do you get on with other things? Do you love each other? Do you like who the person actually is when you're not looking at that? Yes, well, there you go then. All it is about growing. If someone's always stuck in something where it never seems like they're growing, or it's putting them in a good vibration, like, you know what I believe in, but I buzz off it. It just puts me in a great vibration, because the whole Q and Trump thing brought me back into the realm of, oh my God, the creator, beautiful. There's beautiful things in the world, which I always thought there was, but I didn't know about that side. But it's not pushed me to stay in the dark. It's made me want to pump out more light, and I've seen some strange things this week. Not strange really, but strange to other people. I can't explain it. It's so hard to express. That's why I just express it through my art and my creativity and the chanting stuff that goes on. Summer solstice, Father's Day, and eclipse all the same. Yeah. Some people are scared of change and they don't. Yeah, they do, they don't like change. That's why they stay. That's why I say you've got to forgive at the end of the day, because it's that whole thing of fear. That side want fear. They don't want to change. But change is a beautiful thing. That's why I said at the beginning. Yeah, that's why I say at the beginning. We came here to play this game, and it's a school, and all the traumas and the things that you go through don't look as a bad thing, look as a silver lining. It's helping you to evolve, it's helping you to rise. If you stay stuck in the same thing and you don't learn from that lesson of whatever it was, good or bad, and you keep sort of cycling around in it because you're not learning from it and you're not moving from it and you're acting like a victim, you're always going to stay in that cycle. But if you can let go and think, oh well, that was me then, it's not me now, I don't need that. Oh, actually I learned from that bad relationship, actually it's made me grow, I'll forgive that person. You don't have to actually say it to them, I forgive that situation, it's actually a beautiful situation, though it seemed crap at the time, it's made me grow, I'm not feeding into that anymore. I have things sometimes with, you can have things with your exes where they'll try and say things to annoy you. Just don't feed into it, because it's just immature and it keeps you in that recycling stage of staying in the negativity. It's just like, leave it where it is, move on, just be happy, be happy. You'll never be happy if you're doing what others want you to bow down to. If you're in a relationship, it's about give and take, it's about balance. I always say, like, you might get some women who will say, like, oh, I hate football. I don't like it. I hate football. I'm not going to watch a football match with you, for instance. I don't know. I'm not going to go to a football game with you because I don't like it. But in my sense, it would be, I'll go with you now and again and we'll watch it together. As long as you do something I like to do sometimes, because I'll go with you because I see the I'm just using this as an example, by the way. The enjoyment you get out of it And I love when I see that on your face. So I want to come to see that frequency you hold when you're doing something you love. And I hope that if I choose to do something one time, you'll do that with me. Not because you necessarily like it, but you know it gives me enjoyment. Come to an art class with me. Something, you know, I'm just saying as an example, because you know I get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So you should get enjoyment out of seeing your partner, example, be enjoy of something that you're not particularly into. It's not the thing that you'd normally do all the time, but you'll do it because you love that person and you want to see them happy. So I'm not saying you do it all the time, but every now and again you'll do it because it's about balance and it's about give and take. It's about respect and trust and love. If you haven't got respect and trust, you haven't really got anything. So if you're fearing, you know, stuff in a relationship that's not through that, then are you really in the right relationship? But yeah. And if someone's not willing to do certain things with you sometimes, and it's just all about them and what they want to do, and they're acting like a victim all the time, and they want you to do things they want to do, but they never want to sort of join in with you, then really look at that relationship, because if it's all one-sided, what the hell is it? It's a union, remember, not a one-way system of the one on that side. Yeah, the thing is, keep an open mind, and I love watching In Happiness with, yeah. Oh, Don, I don't watch TV, so I don't watch all that cack. I don't watch all that. Yes, that's how it should be. Yeah, that's how it should be, you know. And even, it's like even things with, when I used to watch programs ages ago, you know, women, what was it? Was it brides who got dead mad when they were doing the weddings, and it was like, are you going to let your fella get in on that? Because it's his wedding as well. It isn't just yours. You know, you get a lot of women who want to take over, and it's like, yeah, but it's bridezilla or something. It's their wedding as well. There's just certain things you look into, and it's like, come to an agreement together. Come to a middle point together, you know, and you'll get on. Yeah, and a lot of people in relationships, we've all done it, I've done it in the past. You have expectations of someone when you get with them because you have an expectation of what you think a relationship should look like, especially through the celebrities and what you think they should be doing for you, when it's like, no, you're an individual, both of you, and you come together, and you shouldn't be looking at what someone can do for you, because you should be up in happy with your own frequency and yourself and love thyself. And then when that person comes along, they just raise you up. So you're both raising up. I can't even explain. They've got 30 and 30 in chat, and thumbs up as in you should be raising each. If you don't put each other on a pedestal, but you're just working together. And I don't even know what I'm talking about now. It's a bit of give and take. Oh yeah, expectations, because a lot of people do have expectations because they look at certain things without themselves, you know, on the celebrities, and they think that someone should be doing this, this and this, and if someone isn't doing this for them, it means they don't love them. And it's like, no, you've got expectations of what you think a relationship should be. It's not for someone to tell you what you should be doing. You're a free sovereign being, whether you're married or not. Being married does not mean you're under the thumb and someone can control you. If someone is controlling you, that is not a good thing. That's where it goes back to trust, you know, loyalty, trust and all that sort of stuff. If someone is constantly telling you what to do, that's not a good thing. Yeah, what celebrities do is fake. Yeah, it's fake. You know, and you're only with someone because, oh, they drive a good car, or, oh, the job brings loads of money. Yeah, that's brilliant. But is that all you're with a person for? So if you're saying you love somebody, and in times where something might happen, like it could have happened now in the lockdown, people losing their jobs, did you go off that person and you don't love them anymore because they're not giving you your Botox every month? Or I'm talking about someone rich. You're not driving around in a fancy car, or you've had to move into a smaller house, or I don't know, you're not getting all your fancy clothes at the minute and this, that and the other. That isn't love. That's love for material things. You know? It's not real love. If you've got real love in your life, you've got a lot more than people have got, and that's proper, like, proper gold, isn't it? You know? Yeah, exactly. People under the thumb. Yeah, that's what I say. People under the thumb. It's not about putting anyone under the thumb. A marriage is just a union, isn't it? Of you know, some people say, oh, it's, you know, only paper. I mean, I'm not married. I believe in marriage, but not in a sense of like certain ways. And I don't believe you have to be. Well, I don't really know, but you know, mine would be more of a pagan thing anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna go because I don't even know what I'm waffling on about anymore. I'm just saying, there's great things coming. You can see it all. You can see mainstream media falling. It's just about not getting caught up in the stuff that we're told by society we should be doing when it's a load of crap at the end of the day. Third party. You know what I mean? So it's go with your heart. Go with your gut feeling. Don't go with what society's telling you to do. Lockdown has happened to weed out. Yes. To weed out the real from the fake. Yes, I believe that too. It is weeding out the real from the fake. There's probably a lot of people having breakdowns with not certain stuff that they were used to, you know. It's not affected me because I was in lockdown anyway. I was a hermit anyway, so it's not really affected me. Everyone's awesome though. You know what? I think everyone's sort of realising that they are a sovereign being. We don't need to be governed to be telling us what we should be doing and this, that and the other. I think we know that, you know, but I'm just watching it play out. It's interesting, you know, there's still people not seeing certain stuff, but that is okay. They will do in the end. Thank you, Tapper's just put in, if you'd like to send me a coffee donations, PayPal in chat for, yeah, PayPal. But yeah, I'm just waffling on. But like I said, I'm in my craft room. I'm making stuff, my cards and stuff. Doing the things that I love to do. Filling myself up with a lot of spiritual channels that are going on about the stuff at the minute anyway, and realising, oh, Sasquatch Chewbacca's in the house, whoop whoop, from California. Talking about, I was watching something on Sasquatch today. Gotta love the Chewie. Star Wars. You know, Star Wars, the Force. We are the Force. We hold the Force, the source, the energy that's being released. We hold it within. Like I said, I'm looking into the light language. I'm still doing my thing with my orbs because I know there's something going on there. Like I said, I think some of the chanting is light language. Switch off the TV, guys. It is a load of crap. Yeah, whoop whoop. Yeah, I'm a lot more relaxed because I'm just watching the show roll out. I can see it's happening. You know, rolling out. But I'm not getting stuck in stuff as in I've said, yeah, Ray Skywalker, yeah. It's more beyond that. It's like someone said to me the other day, my man said, not really on the same as me, but said, after all this is what you got to think about. We're saying how we think it's going to come out. When it comes out, the sleeping, even to you, after all that, and let's say, oh yeah, people have seen this, people have seen that, and it all comes out, and like, we're looking forward to new things. What you going to do then? What's your next step? It's still working on yourself, still working to be good people, helping the people that are coming through all of this, helping to look for new solutions, you know, and all that sort of good stuff, but keeping your mindset well, because after all that, you know, you're going to see a lot of people falling and you're going to be there to pick them up, but you've got to remember when all this has died down, even though there's going to be stuff coming out over the years, but where is that going to put you? Is it keeping you from doing the things you love? Is it going to put you in a bad place? Where's your head going to be at? You know? Is it putting you in a bad place now? You may be looking into the wrong things and watching the wrong things. So, yeah, I love Star Wars. The new ones are terrible. The old ones are always best ones. But there is a lot in the new ones if you're looking for signs and symbols and certain things. because I saw a lot of things, and a lot of people don't like it because Ray's a woman, and the whole thing when they went, oh, the gender thing. But if you think about it, I see Ray as feminine divine energy rising. Just like the last Mad Max one, she was rising up on her, yes, I know the celebrities, but rising up, because the woman is rising, the feminine divine, not rising above the man. We're merging, like I was talking about relationships before, we're merging, very powerful power. 33 in the house again, it's just gone down as pointed to it, Christ consciousness. That's what we're all going to, Christ consciousness, love, good, being good. God has just got a missing O out of it, it means be good. You know? Karma's coming for those people. Yeah, nothing gets me down. Just don't watch the news or TV, and that's exactly why you probably don't get down. The most people who get down or in depression are the people who are constantly watching the news and the shitty programs. Like I said, I'll check the news, but I absolutely take no notice of it. I just go, and I feel very empty at the minute. Not empty in love or stuff like that, just empty as in emptying the vessel, letting the new energies coming in, feeling like not they can't. That's why I said different vibration. Not even looking at that. I know it's part of the thing that we're supposed to be not even letting it affect you. Even the Q stuff and all that. Even though, like I keep saying, I know that's part of the light. It's just part of a tool that is waking you up to become a better you towards going back home to Christ consciousness, a higher level of consciousness. You're not in a higher level of consciousness when you're fighting and you're going on protests and hurting people, and you just constantly want to be arguing. That's not a higher state of consciousness. A higher state of consciousness is like, come on, let's lift each other. Let's lift this world up and everybody in it. Let's be more happy and vibrant. You know, some people say, well, we're not like that. I don't believe mankind is haters. We're taught to hate through what we see, through the mainstream media, through what your parents saw because they saw it or they were taught it, through what we're taught basically, through what we're taught. We're spiritual beings and we always were, multidimensional, whatever you want to call it. They tried to separate us from source. We never were separated. They wanted you to believe you were separated. It's that whole question at the end of the day. Are you an atheist? I'm not an atheist. I feel sorry if you are. I'm sorry. I really do. I might not say God. I say source, but it's the same thing. But that might trigger some people. But I just think, really? You look at nature and think there's no source that created? Sort of, you know, that's just my thing. It's just what I don't want peace. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bit of an agenda behind that as well. But, like I said, we are watching a movie being played out. It's a theatre, yes or no, and people say that about Trump and all that stuff. It's like he's a puppet. No, he's not a puppet. He got asked to come in. Yes, it is a theatre. He knows that. That's why he says what he says to trigger people. He knows that fake news. It's all theatre. The world is a theatre. You need to be the star in your own play and you need to shine. So, where we go one week, well, don't even know what I'm talking about. And I will see you soon. I just thought I'd come on and say hi. Like I said, keep up your vibrations because that side doesn't like it. They want you down in the ground and they want you fearing. That's a fact. So, see you soon. Bye.